Hello, dear students of class 8. Today we are going to study the last part, that is part 9 of the chapter Introduction to Java and BlueJ. Students, in this part we will be studying the topic accepting arguments through main method. So let us begin with it. Now students, what is this topic accepting arguments through main method? Now students, Java language provides us good support for object-oriented programming. That means Java language is an object-oriented programming language and it follows all the important concepts that are a part of object-oriented programming. Okay. Now students, till now you have created programs in which values are assigned to the variables. Very important, values are assigned to the variables. That means values are initialized to the variables. That means variables are initialized before compilation. What does this means? Let me show you. Now for example, we created this simple interest program last time, right? When we created this program, see over here, this principal variable is initialized. Yes, it has been assigned a value 6000. Then this rate variable, this has been given a value of 10. This has been also been initialized. Yes, and this time variable, it has also been initialized. Okay, so all this is done in the program itself, and after writing all these values, okay, after initializing the variables over here, after giving the values to the variables, then we compile the program. Yes, and based on these values that we have given over here, the output was calculated. Yes or no? Yes, see, the output is calculated. Yes, based on the values that we had given before compilation. Okay, now students, if you want to change this value, you need to go to the program again and then change the value inside the program, which is a very tedious process. Yes, this is a very short program, so it is very easy to do. But what will happen if you have long or lengthy programs? In that case students, you have to do something else. So Java is providing us a very good opportunity to do this. Let me show you. Now Java offers the facility to accept the input from the user after compilation, and the output of the program is based upon these inputs. Now, what is the meaning of this? That Java offers us a facility to accept the input from the user. That means over here, see what is happening. This I'll explain this program later on. First, let me explain you this. What happens is that even after compilation you can give the values. Okay, in this program, as you saw, we had given the values before compilation. That means inside the program only we gave the values to the variables. Yes, now to change the values we need to again open the program and then change the values. But Java offers us a very good method which is called as accepting arguments through main method. Okay, in this main in this what we are going to do, if you can look over here, look at this program over here. What is this program about? Let's talk about the example. Okay, let's talk about this example program. The program is create a program that will accept the bill of a customer and add 5% service tax to it. What does this means? Suppose you went to a restaurant, so you are the customer, right? If you go to a restaurant, you are a customer of that restaurant. So suppose you just let me change the color. Okay, suppose you ate something, a burger. Suppose you ate a burger which was costing how much? 100 rupees. Yes, its MRP was 100 rupees. Yes, so are you going to give that restaurant 100 rupees? No, you have to give 5% tax to it. And that tax, what is your bill? Your bill is 100 rupees. But you have to add 5% service tax to it. Yes, how much? 5%. And 5% of what? 5% of this 100. You know that 5% of 100 is rupees 5. So the total bill will be rupees 105. So you have to pay the restaurant how much? 105 rupees. This is the meaning of this program. Now students, what you are going to do in this program is that the user, okay, you are going to develop a program in which the user is going to write the value of this bill, and then based on the value of this bill, the 5% will be added to the bill and the final bill will be given to you. And you don't have to write the value of this bill inside the program. Okay, that means over here before compilation. The value will be given after compilation. So let me show you a quick example of this. I've opened my BlueJ. I've created this program. Let's talk about this program. Okay, it is the same program to calculate the service tax, 5% service tax. So over here, as you can see, I have created a class service tax. Okay, this is the class. You can give it any name. Okay, over here, they have given some other name. Okay, they have given service tax only. I have given it service underscore tax. Okay, so we need to follow the identifier rules that we studied earlier. Then we open the class with the help of this curly brace. Then, then students, this is our main method. Now, see, what is the name of the topic? What is the name of the topic? Accepting arguments through main method. Now see, as you can see over here, this is not written string args. See, every time in our main method, we write string args. Now, every time we write string args, but students, over here, we are not going to write string args. You know why? Because as you know, this string args over here, this string args over here is called as the parameter. Yes, or the argument. This string args that is written inside this bracket, this is the argument. What is this? Argument. Okay, argument. And what are we doing? Instead of writing this string args, we are going to declare our variable inside the main method. When we declare the variable inside the main method, that is called as accepting argument through main method. Now, Java offers us the facility to accept the so what happens when we write the this our variable inside the main method and we pass our variable as an argument inside the main method? Then student, what will happen is that this input, okay, this input value or the value of this variable will be, given by the user. Okay, given by the user. We can give this value after the compilation of the program, and we can easily change the value. Instead of going inside the program every time and change the value, what we can do is that we can easily change the value direct from the before the output screen. Okay, so Java offers us a facility to accept the input from the user after compilation, and the output of the program is based on these inputs. So just before the output, we will mention the value of this bill, and based on this value, the final output will be calculated. Okay. Now, this can be achieved if you pass a variable as an argument inside the main method. So as you can see over here, the variable, this variable's value, okay, this bill's variable value is passed over here inside the main method. Okay, so it has been declared inside the main method. Okay students, so let us go to this program and try to understand it. Now look over here, this is the class, this is the main method. Now inside the main method, you see I have declared a variable bill. Okay, what is the name of the variable? Bill. Okay, now what we used to do earlier we used to write bill over here, int bill, and then we used to give some value to bill. Yes, suppose our bill is 100 rupees. So earlier we used to do this. Now we are not doing this. Okay, this is not okay. And over here we used to write string args. Okay, But now we are not doing this. What we are doing is we are directly passing this variable inside the main method. Okay, now see, then double total bill. Now what is total bill? Total bill is a variable that is declared over here. Total bill is that variable. Okay, total bill is that will be the total value of the bill after 5% have been added to it. So suppose the value of bill is rupees 100. Okay, then its 5% will be 5 rupees, then total bill will be 105 rupees. Okay, and over here the total bill's value will be printed because of the system.out.println method. Okay, so see, over here total bill has been declared, and then over here bill has been initialized. What is the value of total bill? Total bill. Okay, what is the value of total bill? Total bill equals to bill. So whatever is the value of this variable plus, oh sorry, plus bill, whatever is the value of this bill, into 5 divided by 100. So what is happening inside this bracket? 5% of this is being calculated inside the bracket. So what will happen? Suppose if the value of bill is 100, okay, if the user passes the value of bill as 100 rupees, okay, 100, then 5% will be calculated inside this, and this will be 100 only. So 100 plus 5 will be 500. Okay, and then we are using the system.out.println. Okay, so over here it is written bill without service tax is plus bill. So this plus is the concatenation operator, which is concatenating this string and this variable's value. So over here, instead of bill in the output screen, whatever value we put, that will come. Suppose 100, then over here it will come 100. So bill without the service tax is rupees 100, and then system.out.println total bill with service tax is, okay, is rupees. So this is a string. Okay, this is a string. Whatever we write inside the double quotes will be printed as it is. Okay, this is the concatenation operator, total underscore bill. So what is total underscore bill? This will be calculated over here, and the value will be displayed. So let me quickly show you the output of this program. I will compile this program. Okay, now see, after compilation I am giving the value to this bill. How to give this? Close this program, then go to our class, right click on the class, go to void main int bill. Okay, now see, over here in this box we have to type the value of the bill. See, it's written int bill na, so we have to give the value of int bill. Suppose your bill is rupees 1000. Suppose you went to a restaurant and the bill was rupees 1000. Okay, then you click OK. See, the bill, what is the output? The bill without the service tax is rupees 1000, and total bill with service tax is 1050, because you know that 5% of 1000 is 50. So I hope you understood this program. So every time you run this program, you will get this main method like this, and over here whatever is the value of the bill, you will input that value, and based on that value the uh, the output will be shown to you. Every time you run this program, you can input a new value. And isn't it working like a calculator software? Yes or no? Now this is working like a bill calculation software. Yes or no? It is, every time it is doing what? Adding 5% to the bill. Okay, suppose my bill was rupees 2000. So you 2000, so it will calculate 5%. Okay, 5% of 2000 is 100. So the total bit with service tax, that is 5% service tax, is 2100. So I hope you understood what is the meaning of this particular thing. Okay, now moving on to the next program. Okay, so we are going to create one more program over here. We are going to create one more program. Now students, just this is a very important line. Sometimes you have to input multiple values in a program. Right now over here, as you can see students, there is only one variable, but sometimes there will be because only one variable is required in the formula. But sometimes in the formula, multiple variables are going to be required. Now, so over here, you can insert multiple variables or multiple arguments. You can declare multiple arguments inside the main method. Okay, how to do this? You can do this by separating each of them using the commas. Okay, so the next program is going to demonstrate this, how to separate, how to add multiple variables over here. So let's go to the next program. This is our last program of this chapter, students. Okay, so write a program to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle by using the assignment operator. Okay, now students, we have to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle. Now you know what is a rectangle. Okay, just let me show you. A figure like this is a rectangle. A rectangle has two things. This part is called as the length and this part is called as the breadth, and this internal part, this shaded area over here, everything is the area of the rectangle. And what is perimeter? The length of this border of this rectangle. This is called as the perimeter. Okay, now you guys are in class 8 and you should know that area of a rectangle, the formula for area of a rectangle is length into breadth, and perimeter is 2L plus B. That means 2 length into breadth. Length, you add length plus breadth and then multiply it by 2. So that will be the value of perimeter. Okay, value of area, value of perimeter, oh sorry, formulas. Okay, so you should know this. Now, so to calculate the area of a rectangle, we require two variables, length and breadth. Yes, to calculate the perimeter also we require these two variables, length and breadth. Okay, so now in main method we are going to declare two variables. Okay, we are going to declare how many variables? Two variables. So let us quickly go to this program. Look over here, students. I have created this class. Okay, the name of the class is rectangle. Okay, you can give it any name. Okay, now so this is my class, public class rectangle. Then this class is opened using this curly brace. Public static void main, this is my main method. Now see, inside the main method, this I have declared two variables, int of integer data type, int length, int breadth. Yes, I have declared variable, two variables, int length and int breadth. Now students, over here, see, when you declare the variables of same data type, you just write int area comma perimeter. But if you do the same thing over here and don't mention the data type of the second variable, then it will show you error, identifier expected. So inside the main method, every variable that you declare, you should declare it with its data type. Now you can also declare variables of different data types inside the main method. This is int data type, this is double data type, or you can declare float also. And if you have a third variable, you can use the comma and you can declare that particular variable also inside this particular. Okay, but you should declare only those variables whose value the user will enter. Okay, so I have declared what? Two variables of int data type. First is length and breadth, and value of these length and breadth will be given by the user. Okay, then we open the main method using this curly brace. Now int, now see, we have declared two more variables because we want the value of area and perimeter. So we have declared two more variables of integer data type, area. Okay, what is the value of this area? The value of area is length, this length into breadth. Yes, and then I have declared perimeter. What is the value of this perimeter? Perimeter is 2 into length plus breadth. Yes or no? I told you these two formulas. Okay, now you can just ignore this step. Okay, you can just ignore this step because it's just a sorry, it's just a simple system.out.print uh, println method. What is this particular statement doing? It is just showing that the entered value after entered values of length and breadth. What are the entered value of length and breadth? Entered value means what? When you compile this program and you close it, and when you try run it from here, now see over here you have to give value of two variables. Suppose length of my rectangle is 12, okay, and breadth is suppose 10, okay. So see, I have given the values of length and breadth over here, okay. See, how can you know where to give the length value? See, over here you can see light version of what is written int length. So this is the variable that we declared inside the main method. This is the other variable that we declared inside the main method. So over here we will declare the value of length. What is value of length? 12. And what is the, suppose what is then breadth uh, 10, okay, breadth is 10. And when I click on OK, see see entered values of length and breadth are 12 and 10, okay. Then you know 12 into 10, area is what? Length into breadth. So 12 into 10 is 120, and perimeter of this rectangle whose length is 12 and breadth is uh, 10 is 44, okay. So this is how the area and perimeter are getting calculated with the help of these formulas, okay. And then at the end, what do? We print, na? We are printing this. Area of the rectangle is area, okay. This plus is acting as a concatenation operator. It is concatenating this string and this variable area, okay. Similarly, perimeter of the rectangle is plus perimeter. So this is concatenating what? This string. This plus is concatenating this string and this variable perimeter. And then we close the main method, we close the class. And suppose next time if you want to change the, oh sorry, I've done some mistake over here. No, let's compile this class. Every time you compile the class, okay. Now click on this. Suppose your values are changed. Suppose you want to give the value as the 20 and suppose 15, okay. So based on these values, now the area and perimeter are going to be calculated, okay students. So this is how we accept the argument through main method. Now students, I am going to show you one more example. See, earlier we did this program, simple calculating simple interest program by directly giving the values inside. But now I will show you using accepting arguments through main method, okay. So let's do that. I'll just copy this int principal inside the main method, okay. Then int rate separated by comma, then int time separated by comma, and I will delete these things from here, okay, because the values are going to be given by whom? The value will be given by the user, okay. So we'll compile this program. There are no syntax errors. We'll close this, and the same program, now see over here, three variables. We need to give the value of three variables. So we have created successfully a small software which calculates the simple interest of any value. So suppose your principal is 1000, rate is suppose 3, and time is suppose 5 years. So see, what is the rate? Okay, this is 150. Okay, what is the simple interest? It is 150. Okay, simple interest is, okay, compile, close, and the simple interest. Now if you want to change the value, suppose 5000 is your principal, rate is 5%, and time is 6 years. So see, it's going to calculate 1500 is your simple interest, okay. So this is how you accept arguments through main method, Okay, so students, with this we finish your this this chapter. Okay, I hope you practice this accepting argument through main methods topic. Okay, thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves and be well.